Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to, I was going to say to Monday Night Football. It's definitely not Monday Night Football. Who knows, one day maybe we can both do it. But it's Manchester United versus Everton at Old Trafford. And special for today, we're doing an in-person preview rather than your usual kind of Zoom stuff. 4 years in the making. It took a while. It definitely took a while behind screen trying to sort the audio things out and everything else in between. But we got there in the end. And yeah, welcome, Alyx. I'll let you introduce yourself, mate.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's an honour and a privilege to be the first in-person interview, so I'll take that. Good to be here, and let's get it.
Right, let's talk some football then, because I remember when I spoke to you at the start of the season, it was a weird kind of vibe and element that we was in, because United had just come off the back of one of the worst seasons you're ever going to see in your life in 15th. And Everton, it was a little bit up and down, but when Moyes came in, it seemed to really pick up pace, and there seemed to be a sense of optimism, especially kind of going into the new season as well. So based off the first 10, 11 games, where are we at? And for anyone who hasn't watched Everton, how would you describe that to them?
So personally, for me, I am still in that optimistic frame of mind. Like, Moyes has picked us up when Dyche was completely failing. He's picked us up, and now there's a bit of positivity around the place, which there hasn't been for God knows how many years. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. Like, right, but I said at the start of the season, we're probably looking around a mid-table finish. That is, you know, I wouldn't say I'm happy with that, because obviously as you support a club, you're always striving for them to be, as you know, the best they can be. And as an Everton fan, although in my lifetime I've never seen us do anything, but we used to actually be quite a big club. We used to win a lot of things, so that's always the sort of the goal and everything. But you know, right now we've got to be sort of realistic about where we are, which is round about middle of the table, with potentially the opportunity to maybe get into that discussion of can we break into Europe. So,
yeah, I'm looking at the Premier League table currently, and I'm like, anything can happen here. We've seen the likes of Bournemouth go up and down. You've seen Sunderland who've been promoted, who've just been absolutely outrageous in how they're performing against the big boys. I know they spent a lot of money, but it's still like really, really impressive. And 4 points between Everton in 13th and the team that I just mentioned, Sunderland in 4th, which is mad. Who surprised you, coming away from United and Everton a little bit, who surprised you the most, would you say?
Well, yeah, of course, Sunderland, that's the big one, with the fact, you know, they were away for so long. It's nice to see, because obviously they are a big club, they're a well-supported club, who to me belong in the Premier League, and to spend so long away, and even like they spent like 4 years, didn't they, in League One? Yeah. So to get back to it and to just take to it like a duck to water, like they've never been away. It's nice, it's refreshing, it's good to see. And you had it like, you know, the last couple of years, you mentioned Bournemouth, we've had Forest, who, you know, only got promoted a couple of years ago, who have been in that European play. I mean, Villa even were only promoted a couple of years before that. So, and now, you know, they've been in they did really well in the Champions League last year, didn't they? So, you know, we can. I look at them clubs. I look at Sunderland and teams like that, and you're like, that's kind of where you. Maybe not necessarily Sunderland in that, because they are kind of riding the crest of the wave at the minute with all the. And whether it'll last, who knows? Like, I don't think it's even safe to say that they'll even finish top half. Sunderland, they've had a great start, but like you say, there's only 4 points between us in 13th. So who's to say that they don't drop off? I remember we're going back away, but when you had like Hull, I remember Hull when they first come up.
Yeah, the best record.
They were unbelievable. They beat Arsenal away. They had a few big wins.
Under Phil Brown now?
Under Phil Brown, yeah. And by this stage, they were like Sunderland. They were like 3rd, 4th in the league, and then they ended up finishing, I think it was 17th. So you just never know, do you? But obviously, yeah, they've started really well. It's refreshing to see. It's good. I like it. Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth are really a good team to watch, aren't they? To be fair.
When I look at like recruitment, I think that's the biggest part of football almost. You've got to get your recruitment right, because I've seen plenty of teams come up and spend shitloads of money. Remember QPR spending shitloads of money, and it's not never just a case of you just throw a load of money at it and it works out. It's more of a case of, what the fuck is my cat doing over there? What are you doing, Lola? Okay, if we can't see it on the camera, but the fucking cat's just going mad on a plastic bag in the corner. But yeah, recruitment, I think you've got to get it spot on, and I think even with the stature and size of someone like Manchester United, because their recruitment has been so poor, you are seeing teams, and this is no disrespect to the likes of Bournemouth or whatever, but you're seeing teams like that above them because they're getting the right players and they're following data analysis, and Brighton are doing the right things as well. I think they're like another massive club for it. Everton's recruitment, did they do well in the summer? Because it kind of feels a little bit... I was watching certain players, and I'll let you speak on it, and then other players I'm like, yeah, they've definitely got something. So is it a bit mixed in that regard? I'll let you hold it because it's better.
I'd say more, it's not been perfect, and I think the main one, I think probably what you were thinking about maybe is the striker, Barry. Obviously we got Barry and Beto. Beto came a couple of years before, but yeah.
Speak about Barry.
That's
please. That's
the thing, right? So I like him, and I think we're in a world now with football. There doesn't seem to be as much patience, and that's not just in terms of like clubs in general and sticking with managers or sticking with players. That's fans as well, and that's pundits, and that's everyone involved in the game. Really, patience has kind of gone. So
I'd lose my patience after that.
no, that was it was a terrible chance, right? A terrible miss, right? But and listen, I've got a lot of praise for what David Moyes is doing for us, but I'm not 100% sure if he's handled Barry the right way, really.
That's so mad. Handled Barry.
No, but I just right.
Mate, it's his name. Like,
I know.
You're a striker called Barry, and you've got one goal in the Premier League.
Terry Barry.
You know what I mean? It's like you basically destinity's written straight from the fucking start. But both of them, I think Beto as well.
He's not scored yet, has he? Either?
No.
He's not even.
Has Beto got a goal?
Has Beto scored? I think he might have. I don't even. In fact, I'm not even sure he's got one.
So
he might have had one at the start of the season.
And how much do you spend on Barry?
They were in the 20-odd million mark.
I think Barry's a little bit more than that, wasn't he?
I don't think he was.
More than, I thought it was like 30 odd.
Maybe euros.
Fact check.
We'll have to fact check that. Yeah. I think he was around 25-ish, round about that. Which today, really, that's like back like that would have been when we were like 10, 15 or whatever. That was like your £5-10 million transfer. Now it's 25 million. Really, do you know what I mean? That's just it's the way he's moved on. With Barry on it, so honest, right? But Barry, so you're just gonna laugh every time. Should I call him Tierno? That's his first name.
Yeah, that's probably
Tierno.
I'm waiting to put a case forward because you said you like him, so I'm waiting to see.
Because what it is, right? He only had one season at Villarreal, right? And I think he got 16 goals in all comps last season.
Right.
So he's a young lad who he's not really had time at the level kind of thing. So, so yeah, I just think it's hard to just think like you can bring this lad in who's like early 20s and just think he's going to hit the ground running and that be that. I watch him, and from what I'd seen from clips from at Villarreal, and he was at Basel before that, where he did well, he was scoring goals. Obviously, it's not the level of the Premier League, but as a young lad going abroad, doing well in Switzerland, then doing pretty well in Spain in 1 year there in La Liga. It's a good league. He's coming to the Premier League. Like the expectation, unfairly for me, was put on, because then it's like, right, we've spent 25 million plus on this young lad, and what we need is a striker who will score goals. So we put the thing in it. But at the same time, when he was brought in, like we started the season, obviously Calvert-Lewin left, and he was our like he wore the shirt number 9. So, but then Beto got it. So I mean, I don't know if you want to put too much sort of like precedence into how important squad numbers are these days. But to me, like to give the number 9 shirt to a striker who last season looked like he'd got himself to the top of the pecking order as far as Everton strikers go. That was then saying you're going to be our guy, which was the case at the start of the season. He's then not performed, so then Barry's come in. But then what seems to happen every single game is they're just swapping. So Beto will start that game, then Barry will start that game, and then every single game, one of them will get subbed off around 60, 70 minutes for the other one. And neither of them are then getting the chance, and a proper chance. And then, so when I was saying that, like, I don't think Moyes has particularly handled it well, is because, was it that game? I think it was even that game, or was it the game before or the game after? He actually played. He played really well in terms of his overall play, his link-up play, everything. And all he was missing was that goal. And then he had a goal disallowed for offside, and then you're like, oh, come on, he's just going to get there. And then he got subbed off, and then you're like... And then all the, the progress just gets set back for me. Yeah. So I think he's very... I said it before when I was on it, he's raw. He is a rough diamond. But for me, there is a diamond in there, and I think he just needs time and a bit of patience and a proper run.
Do you know, the reason why I'm saying it, right, is because we lived this full scenario with Rasmus Højlund last season, right? So he might well be like a talent there or someone who's going to flourish. But obviously United's a different beast to Everton, like in regards to the media pressure, etc. Yeah. We know that, like it's almost an anomaly in that case, in it with United as opposed to other teams. But sometimes you get a player that comes from a different league. You've seen it with fucking Wirtz at the minute, and you've seen it with Xavi Simons, and you've seen it like some players they can't adapt. Well, not that they can't adapt, but sometimes it might take them 6 months, it might take a year from just to get used to the kind of pace, intensity, physicality, and that might be a case of him. But what I was getting at is when you've actually watched him in a game, and I've watched Everton quite a few times this season. When I'm watching him, I'm not seeing enough. I think you can go off enough to say, okay, he might not be scoring goals at the minute, but you can see there's a player that... Similar thing with Šeško probably. When I've watched Šeško the first 5 games, he scored 2 goals, got 1 assist. I want more, but I'm seeing parts in his game where his link-up play is really good. He's holding off players. He got a great assist from Mbumo against Brighton. Yeah. Like, he's doing bits from, like, there's something you could work with there. Are you seeing that same thing with... I didn't intend on spending 5 minutes on Barry, but we're here now. So are you seeing things where his all-around game is good?
Well, yeah, so that's what I was saying, and that's why I think it has been a bit unfair in that he just does... He needs more than the odd 60 minutes or the odd 30 minutes on the pitch, really. I don't even... I mean, I might be wrong, but I can't think at all of this season where he's even played 90 minutes. I might be wrong. Maybe he has in, like, the Carabao or something, but I really can't think of when he has. For me, yeah, like I said, in that... What game was it? It wasn't too long ago, but he had a goal disallowed, and... He was playing well, and like you said there about Šeško, the link-up play, the little touches, bringing others into the game. I thought that's what Barry was doing. Like, I thought I think, to be fair, like, I mean, I don't know if we'll go into this later in terms of January window. Yeah. I think it's quite obvious we're going to need... Even if it's a short term, even if it's a loan, even if it's Ivan Toney or someone on loan, I think we probably do need that type of striker to come in. But then again, is that then just fucking bowing to this pressure? Because so you bring up Højlund, and for me, I'm not 100% sure if that was the right decision to get rid of him. Now, obviously, you as a United fan, watching him a lot more, he's a young lad. He's young, so you can't just expect him to be the finished article. So there's a lot of things that he does. You could say poorly, but he does some things well as well. And then I see him play for Denmark, or you see him for Napoli, or when he was at Atalanta, and you think he's clearly talented.
Yeah.
So, was it right? I mean, maybe time will prove to tell that was the right decision, and it was the right decision to replace him with Sesko. But obviously, I mean, Sesko's a bit up in the air now as well.
Let me
Do
go.
you know what I mean? I know you're a fan.
No, I'm a fan of Šeško. Like I think with him it can be balanced either way. Like you can look at a couple of his games against Forest and Spurs. You could be like, I don't know, he looks a bit like a deer in the headlights there. But then his first 5 games was really good, and it was like, oh, okay, interesting. So that in that regard, the jury's still out with him, and it's going to take a little bit of while. Give him a bit of time. Rasmus Højlund, I've had 2 full years watching him, and any United fan will tell you, even when you're playing it up to him, he would never make it stick. So it's a case sometimes even just systematically or tactically, the player doesn't look at Rashford now at Barca, right? So it's not a case of we should have kept Rashford because he's playing well now. It didn't fit into the system that we wanted, right? So Rashford, and same thing with Garnacho. Garnacho at Chelsea looks pretty good at the minute. Got a few assists and a few goals. And the reason why that is because Maresca plays with really high wingers and he's very direct. So it suits his game down to a T. At United, they're in their inside 10 pockets. They're receiving it with a back to goal. And it's Garnacho ain't that. He'll never, ever be that kind of player. So we're relying on them 2 attackers probably played the most games for us last season before Cunha and Mbeumo came in. So we're relying on them a lot. And when you've got a striker who isn't making it stick and a player doesn't really know his role tactically, it's a case of he's gone Napoli now. Same thing with McTominay. Fucking hell, that goal McTominay scored last night. Did you watch the Scotland game? Wow. Yeah, and he's got that Baggio kind of fucking haircut going. Like, mate, he's incredible. And there was always a player there, but again, under Ollie, we'd play him as a 6 next to Fred as a defensive midfielder. And you look at his qualities, like... So it's a case of finding the right place. I'm happy he's gone Napoli. You're talking probably 40 million. You're going to recoup over half of what we paid for him. So in regards to that, I'm not fussed because we brought in them other Premier League players now with them. Excuse me, okay. With Mbeumo and Cunha who've taken that mantle. So I think Everton could do with a similar, like you were saying, Ivan Toney. But would Ivan Toney? I don't mean it's disrespectful. Would he go to Everton? I don't know.
I mean, so we are linked with him, but I think obviously Tottenham seem to be at the front of that queue for Tony, which then could potentially create a domino effect of if Tony goes there, then maybe we get Richarlison back. Oh, Richarlison. And I'd be happy. I'd love him back. Yeah, I would.
Really?
I would. Yeah. I would. He loves us. He actually loves us. Like, and since he's left, right, the amount of twerking that he's done for us on Instagram and that, like doing his story, and I get like obviously it comes from a place of respect, right, and a lot of it was like when Goodison was going and everything, so it was that kind of stuff. But you can tell, for one, he didn't want to leave us. He was basically forced into it because down to PSR at the time. We didn't want to get rid of him, but we had to. And I just love him, and he loves us. And I think obviously there's always the danger of never go back. So that would, and then obviously he's not as young as he was, and he has had injuries and stuff. That could be, I think. But for me, because like with Barry being the young striker, going back to the Højlund thing, right? Højlund, yeah, it didn't work out, but would it have worked out if he was kind of your second choice? So which I think he would. I think because I think too much was put on him to be the leading man at United, the number 9. With all the pressure that comes with that on such a young guy's shoulders who'd never played in the Prem before. Whereas if you'd have come in and been the second choice to a more experienced guy who knows the league and this, that and the other and learnt from him, I think he'd still be here now. Maybe he wouldn't have signed Sesko. I mean, it's all hypothetical, but... And then Højlund would then have 2, 3, 4 years even of the right kind of development, like the development at the right rate. Where I think the problem with him was that it was accelerated, and he shouldn't have been the position that he was in at that stage of being the number 9 who's going to play every single game.
No, I agree with that. I think he should have been a secondary striker. You should always have someone that you can learn of. So had we still had someone like a Cavani, for example, I think you've got a perfect kind of, or even Kane. If we would have signed Harry Kane, and you have Højlund as an understudy, then I can see that kind of progressing. But then the other side of me thinks I've watched Hugo Ekitike for Liverpool come in, and I know it's a different setup because they've just won the league or whatever. But he is young, he is a big price tag, and he's hit the ground running. And I can see instantly there is a top player there who I'd be willing to back. But again, it was Ten Hag who bought Højlund. So we weren't. Amorim, I don't think would have gone out and bought someone like a Rasmus Højlund. No. So that I don't know. It's a double-sided coin. There is obviously a player there because he's doing well for Napoli. He's scoring for them. They're near the top of the league. He's scoring for Denmark.
Yeah. So that's why I'm basically saying, like, to take it back to the Tieno Barry point, where it's like Højlund got killed for 2 straight years, basically, and because, in my opinion, he wasn't ready to be that guy. So for me, Barry is in that same sort of level of a young guy coming to a foreign country and the toughest, best league in the world, let's not forget, and just needing a bit of time and probably needing to learn under someone, like you say. So that's why going back to that, it's like I would love for us to get an experienced goal scorer to come in for then, because then Barry will only, because then even if it is short term, even if it is a 6-month loan or a year loan, whatever it may be, like he's learning from him, and then it gives him the chance, and then he will get a run of games, and then we'll see truly if he can cut it, or if he's don't cut the grade. It's like I think, like you say, we're 10 games in, and people have written him off, and obviously, like you've watched quite a bit of Everton, but we're 10 games in, and you've already pretty much written him off.
No, I'm not writing him off. I'm just, I don't know. You can only go off what you see, right? So the first 10 games I've seen him is nothing where to suggest to me so far, and that might change. Where I'm like, oh, I think he's gonna be a real like top player. I think he's struggling a bit. He needs time to adapt. I'm not saying he's an awful player there, but I don't know. Sometimes we're never going to know, are we, until we see by the end of the Premier League season, we turn around and we go, same thing with Šeško. Šeško might just continue performing like he's doing now. Got 2 goals at the end of the season. You go, well, that was a waste of fucking £70 million. But look, we've spent far too long on Tieno Barry and Rasmus Højlund for my liking. So let's go back to them, Everton as a team. Strengths, weaknesses. What are you doing wrong in games? What are you getting right in games? Tell people, the United fans, so we know where to attack.
It's one of them. I think, like, so even under Dyche, I think we would set up well defensively for the main part. Maybe not towards the end. It kind of, the wheels fell off a little bit, but defensively, that's been our strength over the past few years, having a good defence, a good back four with one of the top keepers in Europe. I saw that little smirk on your face there.
No,
that's not for debate, mate. It's not for debate. Pickford is easily, in fact, not even just Europe, he's one of the world's best. But anyway, we've got a top-class keeper, and we've got a good defence. In fact, a really good defence, I would say. The only thing that obviously that has been an issue now, that's certainly been creeping in and over the past 18 months or so, is the fullback situation, because we've got Mikalenko on one side, who to try and maybe compare it to use, and a similar situation would maybe be like Wan-Bissaka for United, in that, knowing that
Steady Eddie kind
of a very good defender who, in my opinion, I think Wan-Bissaka was a bit harsh what people would say. I think he was better going forward than people make out.
No, yeah, you're probably right.
But Mikalenko certainly isn't. He's not good going for. And also his defensive game has fell off as well, even over the past 6 months. Exactly. Yeah. So we need a left back, in my personal opinion. We signed a young lad from Bayern this summer, and there was a bit of excitement there. And I remember seeing Bayern fans on Twitter and stuff all going, "What the hell? Why have we sold him? What are we doing? This 19-year-old Moroccan lad." And he's come and he's not got a sniff, and it's been a case of Moyes saying, he's a young lad, he's little, he's thin and all that, he needs to get ready and that kind of thing. But we need a left back first of all, but we need a right back.
Yeah,
Jake O'Brien, but then, I mean, to be honest, our best right back in the squad right now is James Garner. Probably, I think, to be fair, James Garner probably needs to accept, and if he does accept the fact that he will never be a top midfielder, but he could be a top right back, or even a full back in general, then his career will start to blossom a bit more, I would say, as far as James Garner goes. But yeah, I don't know. I think that, so we've built defence, especially with Moyes. He knows how to set up a team, and then he sprinkles a bit of class, a bit of creativity. So obviously we've got Njai and Grealish coming in, but then even Dewsbury Hall is very technically gifted, I would say. So we've now got that sort of three behind the striker, where there's a lot of creativity now and a lot of opportunities for us to score goals. It's just now obviously finding that number 9 to actually fucking put the ball in the back of the net. So that's what I would say is our sort of strength at the minute. We know we're set up well. We're set up as a stereotypical Moyes team. You know what you're going to get from Moyes in terms of setting up a team defensively. And now we've got a lovely sprinkling of class and creativity, and that's just how we're getting by. We are close to being a very good team, I think. It's just them few things. We need Branthwaite to come back, although Michael Keane, right, and this is going to sound funny, Michael Keane he's been our best player this season. Or he's been at least our best defender by far, which is mental, because he shouldn't be based off his whole career at Everton. He shouldn't even be at the club, but fair play to him. He's put his head down and he's doing well. For when Branthwaite comes back, it would have been just a case of, right, obviously Keane's out, Branthwaite's in, but now I think there's a debate about if it's Tarkowski or Keane. So
it's interesting. We do have a few things in common as a club, because the sprinkler quality up top is, you've definitely got that, because I watched Endai almost religiously, to be honest. I don't know why. I watch teams. Well, yeah, that obviously, because it feels like in a game nowadays where it's so robotic, he's one of them ones off the cuff, like an Eden Hazard, who will just carry the ball and he'll dribble past players, and it's still like he's in a six-a-side pitch. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's why it's been so beautiful to see him doing it with Grealish, because obviously Grealish was that example of that type of player who then went into that robotic system and got his game. It was nowhere near the same. So now he's been unleashed again, and we've got these two players now who are just allowed to just be free.
That's what I'm worried about. That's when I'm playing Everton now. I'm not like the midfielders are world class. They're going to dictate the game, these kind of things. I'm not saying they're bad midfielders, but they're not. I don't think they're going to be ones that come to Old Trafford and just dominate the game and keep hold of the ball a lot. I think it's going to be very kind of 50-50, and I think it's going to be almost a narrative of the attackers who's going to. Because I think both teams can probably concede a goal. I can see us both scoring, and not to give that score prediction away earlier, but I think in those final thirds, with Cunha and Bumo, probably Mount, who's going to start, that kind of fluid rotation, drifting out wide. You speak about the strength of your wing backs with Mikalenko and Jake O'Brien. I think you can get out in there, and I think likewise, it's weird with us because when I watch our defenders, and United fans will tell you this as well, De Ligt's been an absolute fucking rock. He's been unbelievable. Yoro's been good. Shaw's finding consistency now and started to play well. But we're still... And Le Mans has come in and been fucking... Obviously, the bar was low. like the lowest it could possibly be. But he got, I don't know if you saw it, but he caught on his debut at Old Trafford against Sunderland. He caught the ball, and people screamed like it was the 90th minute winner. I swear to God, people they will tell you he caught it, and everyone went, "Whoa!" I went sick, and he kind of like had all of it, and he was like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" And that's because that Onana and Bayern Day was so bad. So I don't get how we're still leaking so many goals. It's more like a lapse in concentration where we'll be winning the first half, majority of games. We'll get into the second half, and then we'll have a 20-minute spell where those did it against Forest, did it against Spurs, exact same thing. 20-minute spell, second half. If I'm fucking David Moyes, I'm genuinely, if I'm doing my tactics, I'm like, keep it tight for the first half, because in the second half, I guarantee you there will be spaces will start opening. And that's what worries me. If you give Ndiaye and Grealish space, they're going to kill you.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, United, to be got, like, the way to get at United, it doesn't, especially since Amorim's come in, it seems, is through that midfield. There always seems to be, especially later on in the game, there's always that big gap, isn't there? There's always loads of space. Yeah. And then so you see, Ndiaye in that and Grealish are going to have a fucking field day with that shit. Yeah, yeah. And yous have got to stop us. I think we've got Idrissa Gana Gueye, who breaks up the play. Fucking, there's not many who's actually better at what he does, to be fair. A bit seriously.
You rate your players so high.
Idrissa Gueye is fucking class, mate.
No, but can I just
say, class. He's class.
The time whilst you've been speaking, right? You said Pickford, Jordan Pickford, top. Yeah, Michael Keane's unbelievable.
He's been I'm giving Michael Keane.
Idrissa Gueye's one of the best.
Idrissa Gueye is one of the best for what he does.
So as an out and out, like, just purely speaking of breaking up play, defensive midfielder. Yeah. On the ball, is he good on the ball?
He's actually, yeah, he's kind of got nice feet. His passing lets him down.
He's got football still, like.
He's got lovely legs.
He's got lovely legs.
No, but his passing lets him down. That's the one thing. And he going back to like, what you want from him: win the ball, and then he'll do a bit of nice footwork. He'll get out a bit of danger from 2 or 3 players near him, and then give it to one of the nice players. Yeah.
Can I just say I'd like to thank Dewsbury Hall as well for winning me 170 quid because yellow card. Yeah. Do you remember I put it in the chat?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Dewsbury Hall was waiting for him, and I was like, I don't know if he's, and he was on. I think it was the one just before his suspension. Did he pick up a suspension?
I think that was the one.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if he's going to do it. And then he went, yeah. And it was so much stupid as well that he got a yellow card for. So cheers for that. Buzzing. But back to United and Everton being similar. One thing we have in common is we're both scoring as many as we're conceding. So I think when I had a look before, Everton have scored 13 and conceded 12. Or it was the other way around. They scored 12 and conceded 13. United have scored 18 and conceded 17 or something. So that's why I'm saying the narrative of the game, I can see it like both teams kind of having a pop, and maybe just the old, because it's at Old Trafford, and the record at Old Trafford as well against Everton's pretty good. I had a look at that before. The last time Everton beat Man United at Old Trafford in the Premier League was the 5th of December, 2013.
Yeah, 1-0 Brian Oviedo.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking 12 years ago.
Moyes was your
so, wow. Yeah, well, there you go. So does that bother you? Is that something that's in your mindset going into this game?
Yeah, obviously, you know, the record at Old Trafford historically isn't great. Does it bother me I mean, I've certainly not, I don't know for how many years now, where going into a game against United, whether it's at Goodison or Old Trafford, wherever it may be, I've never gone into a game fearing. Like I would have done maybe when we were younger, when you were winning the titles and that. Like, knowing that, or going into a game against United where it's like, just please don't get battered type of thing. Although, to be fair, we did have quite a lot of there was that 4-4, weren't there, at Old Trafford, do you remember that? And we had a 3-3 at Goodison. There was a couple of wins in the... No, that was a 4-0 later. We beat...
The pink kit.
Yeah, we beat... Didn't we beat you 4-0 that day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was in Ireland.
That was at Goodison.
Yeah.
I met Theo Walcott. I think he got the 4. Anyway, so obviously the record against United isn't unbelievable, but it's not embarrassingly bad either, I would say. So, and the fact of the matter is that right now, or even for the past few years, I mean, even though we've been, I mean, obviously last season you were basically in a relegation fight, but I know that, for the past few years we have been in relegation fights, but it was never a case of yous were so much better than us, and going into games where it's like we can beat you, and did get the odd win or the odd result and things like that. So I certainly don't fear United. I don't. It's not a game I fear anymore, because I think we're very similar. I think in terms of even the quality that both squads have, which you got to pull a face, but and you can do it on paper all you like, right? Jordan Pickford is obviously the better keeper.
Yeah.
No debate.
Yeah.
Jared Branthwaite, I mean...
Who isn't playing for you at the minute?
Well, he's not playing for us, is he?
So
But we're talking about
Keane
squads.
Has he played this season? No.
No, he hasn't.
No. So your centre-backs this season,
Yeah.
De Ligt is better than both of them. Yoro is better than both of them. Shaw is better than both of them.
Shaw. Yeah, but Shaw can only play as a back three, can't he? You can't...
Shaw, you look at England players, has Tarkowski and Keane got a cap for England?
Yeah.
They have?
Yeah.
How many?
Tarkowski's got 2.
Right.
And I think Keane's actually got about 15 or something.
So...
To be fair, about 12 or something.
In that regard, do you know what I mean? Defensively. Maybe as a team, I get what you're saying. Sorry, maybe as a team, I get what you're saying. Like, you can look at... I've just mentioned the numbers there in terms of goals conceded and goals scored, right? As a team, it might not be clicking at the minute. But in terms of individual quality, I think the 2 players, and this was going to be a question later on, but we can get into it now, and I'll ask you. Who do you think, right now, from Everton, gets in United's team?
Well, Pickford, obviously. And so we're not saying Branthwaite because Branthwaite's injured. Yeah. So Branthwaite doesn't exist because he's injured. If Branthwaite's fit, Branthwaite is definitely, in my opinion, in fact, I would even say he's better than De Ligt. And De Ligt, yeah, he's had a good season so far. A good season so far.
I'll let you go. No.
Right.
So I'll let you go for the team.
Branthwaite.
You go with your heart.
Pickford, defo. Branthwaite, defo. I mean, Tarkowski, right? You can laugh, but he's a very good Premier League centre back. And for me, right? I mean, no.
You go with what
I'm not gonna try and.
I'm gonna rip it all apart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stand up for him in that sense, right? But Idrissa Gueye, I think if you've had Idrissa Gueye, in your midfield, from the time that you bought Casemiro, if you'd have bought Idrissa Gueye instead, you wouldn't have had as many of the problems in midfield that you currently have or have had over the past year, 18 months, 2 years, whatever. My opinion, Gueye. Gay. My opinion, he's gay. Casemiro is gay. But and then obviously Njai and Grealish get in your team. But I mean, well, right. So this is where it's thingy, innit? Because we're saying quite obviously Njai and Grealish are good enough. Yeah. In terms of the talent and everything else, they are good enough to play for Man United. Yeah. But obviously what you're saying is, you've signed Mbeumo, and Cunha. Yeah. So, yeah, do they get in ahead of them? But for me, I think, and I mean, you said about before about watching Njai and just, like, wouldn't you love that? Wouldn't you love that guy? Kind of player, though, as well. Yeah, but not like him. Not like him. Anyway, go on. Cunha is technically brilliant, right? And I like him a lot. He's very, very good, but he's not like these type of clips that you see of Njaya that have been doing the rounds the last few weeks, where the shit that he's doing and taking on 4 players at a time, I don't think Cunha's doing it quite like that, in my opinion. Okay. And then I mean,
don't you dare try to put Barry or fucking Beto in a team.
No, obviously not. Obviously
no
not.
Chance.
No, obviously
I'd
not.
rather start Mason
Obviously
Mount
not.
up top than them two.
No, obviously not. But I mean,
Sheffield
who else?
gets in ahead of them.
I think. Yeah, he does. But is that exactly? And is that also based off kind of the fact that he's come from Leipzig, whereas Beto came from Udinese, and Barry's come from Villarreal? I don't know. With Leipzig being a sort of regular Champions League club over the past 5-6 years or whatever it is. So is that why? I don't know. Maybe.
Let me take it back. Let me go. You've had your 5 minutes. I'm gonna have my 5 minutes now. Pickford, I agree with. Pickford is class, so he would go in there. We're almost doing an organic combined 11 here without even realising it. De Ligt, for me, if it was based off last season, I'd have a conversation. But De Ligt this season has been unbelievable. He's been solid. He's getting into Koeman's squad now. He's finally seen a bit of sense. Yeah. Because I don't know why. I know they've got good centre backs in Van der Ven and Van Dijk. Like, I understand it, but De Ligt has been. De Ligt's been the best Dutch centre back in the Premier League. He's been better than Van Dijk. Van Dijk's been shit this season, and Van der Ven is close. I've seen Van der Ven have bad games. Chelsea was really bad. But De Ligt's been solid, so I would definitely put him in there. Branthwaite, I'm a fan of Branthwaite because we've had conversations back and forth. He's not seen him this season, so it's like, and he's guy seems injured all the time. Like, he's got like hamstring injuries and fucking knee injuries. This is my 5 minutes, so let me go. I know you're dying, so I don't know on a technicality. I would, if he was fit and playing consistently, I would probably go with you, but it's difficult, so take that for whatever you will. Left back, you've just been talking about how shit Mykolenko is for about 5 minutes, so Luke Shaw definitely gets in over him. Dorgu, gets over him as well. It's weird because we play different systems, so it's difficult. Bruno Fernandes gets in most teams in the Premier League, I would say. Majority of them. Don't you fucking dare.
I'm well aware of how much of a hot take this is, and I've never really, but now it's just come along a bit more naturally, but I've never really, in times when I've been on before or chats that we've had, just normal chats, it's never come naturally, and I've never had the confidence to say it. For me, right, Fernandes, he's a good player. He's better than good. Right? He has been your best player by far. Has been Man United's best player by far. Was it 2019 or early 2020?
Well, it's been here about.
So he's been good 5 years, right? The entire time he's been here, he's been by far your best player, right? I think that is a fucking, what's the word? It's a damning indictment of where Manchester United are as a club. This guy, Bruno Fernandes, is by far the best player at Man United for at least 5 years. Because to me, he shouldn't be. To me, he's not good enough to be that guy. I think he's good. He's too prone, I think, to his emotions getting away and everything like that. And his petulance. And he's got an ego. He knows he's good. He knows that he's the best player there. And he knows that he's the most important player there. He's captained us many times. He's part of the leadership group and all that. I don't think, if you put him in any of United's, and we're just talking Premier League here, you put him in any of Man United's Premier League winning squads, and he wouldn't even be in the top 10 of of players in the squad, of best players in the squad, in my opinion. I don't think he's as good as everyone seems to think he is. Like everyone, I feel like I'm the only guy in the world who doesn't think he's that good. I'll be honest.
Right, a few things there. So, Bruno Fernandes in the Premier League, the consistency he's had since coming in for 5 years. In this shit, how bad have we been over the past 5 years? I know you say that's an indictment of the club or whatever, but to still have those levels of consistency whilst doing that is a level I've never seen before. Breaking like Frank Lampard's record when he first came in for like 30 goal involvements or something ridiculous. I can't remember the statistic that he did.
How many pens?
Yeah, fucking hell. But you say that about Shearer. Like, oh yeah, he scored 200 odd goals. How many of them were penalties? Like, you've still got to score penalties. Still a high pressure moment. How many fucking assists has he got? How many chances has he created for strikers and stuff? Like, Everton fans want to go on about Ndiaye and Grealish and how the good chance creators. Bruno is the best in the Premier League since he's come in. Like, go look at the data. He is numero 1, mate. Even for ahead of De Bruyne. Really? And do you know who De Bruyne said was the best attacking midfielder in the Premier League? Bruno Fernandes.
Listen, I'm very well aware that I'm on my own.
No, I get. You've got a point to your thing where it's maybe he is overrated slightly by certain thingies, but you just. I've watched him religiously, and he has been the one guy every single fucking game who will do something, who will get an assist. Even now he's playing deeper in midfield, and he's not even playing in his attacking 10 role. He's still the top chance creator, and he's still getting goals and assists a majority of games, and he's missed a few pens and that. So, for me, listen, we'll move on from Bruno Fernandes in the squad. We'll talk about ones to watch in a minute. Right, we're back with part 2 of the preview because we was ranting too long about Tierno Barry and combined 11s and such. It just got out of hand. So, literally having to do a part 2. I'm going to keep it short on the Bruno Fernandes thing because we're going to be here forever. But we clearly have a disagreement about it. Maybe we will do a full show or a 30-minute show where we can debate it and just have it out like that. Because
what I say, like, I don't want to be as black and white as saying Bruno Fernandes is shit. Like, I'm not saying that for 1 minute. All I'm saying is that I don't as good as he is, because he is very good, and his numbers back that up. He's got the goals, he's got the assists, he's also got the games where he has taken games by the scruff of the neck. Like, you could say that he's got that quality in him as that sort of leader where you can see it's not going well. He then wants the ball at every opportunity to create something. Right, he is a very good player, but my main point was that comparing him, and maybe that's unfair to do, but basically it was just saying I don't think he's as like this, because the way that he's spoken about certainly over the past 5 years. I mean, he is your best player. He's by far your best player, your most important player. I don't think that a guy quite like... I can't say it without it sounding ridiculous and without you sort of... Overrated? I think he's overrated, but not of the sense that, like, he is a world-class player, right? But he's overrated still in the sense that I think people still think he's better than what he actually is.
Can I just say something, right?
Which I know is difficult.
If Bruno Fernandes was an Everton player, you would absolutely be screaming from the hills about him. If you're talking to me about Michael Keane and Pickford and these kind of players, right? Bruno Fernandes right now, you would be... Honestly, if you play for Everton, you would adore the guy. You would fucking love him because he delivers consistently. He's the best chance creator. His goals are fucking outrageous consistently, like double figures regardless every single year. He does it just scored a hat-trick for fucking Portugal. Like, he's one of Portugal's best players as well with the amount of talent they've got on the pitch. Like Vitinha and fucking João Neves and even Ronaldo. We took Ronaldo out of the team and fucking they play even better with Bruno in it. So, look, I promise you, we will do a debate on Bruno Fernandes and we'll do a full show about it. But I want to get into ones to watch in this specific game. One from Everton. Who are you going for?
I mean, it's got to be Ndiaye, really, hasn't it? He is our
best player.
Yeah. I mean, Grealish, I wouldn't say he's fell off. He's still. I mean, I love watching him. And then anytime he gets Grealish, anytime he gets the ball, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it makes you happy.
You just you're getting up off your seat. You're waiting for something to happen, and Grealish and Jai have that in bucket loads. Like they are the guys for that. So, but yeah, I would say Njai's been our best player. But then you've got Dewsbury Hall, who I think's been really good.
I don't rate him.
You don't rate him? Why?
Why? When I watch him, I think he's a good, technical, solid player, but there's nothing about me when I watch him. Maybe I don't watch him enough. You can speak more than I can because you watch him every game, but maybe that's what we should have said about Bruno Fernandes. But with Dewsbury, I don't know. I don't see it. I want to see a little bit more from him. To be a number 10 in the Premier League, I think he's all-rounded. He's pretty decent. But how many goals and assists he got this season? For a number 10?
That's been so when we signed him, yeah. So we signed it we'd signed Grealish. We already had Njai. So Njai was playing on the left last season, and even though a lot of us, myself included, wanted to see him in the number 10, then we signed Grealish. So then it's like, right, well, obviously Njai's going to stay on the left. Grealish is going to come in the 10 because it's all about getting Grealish back, away from that robotic Pep system of being on the left. We're going to allow him to be free in the 10 to just cause havoc. And then that didn't happen. And Grealish went straight to the left. And Jai got put out to the right, which has been a big debate amongst not just Evertonians, but he's done well. He has done well, and his output has been good. But I don't think it's controversial to say that he is better from the left coming in, or he would be better in the middle. What I'm saying is I never expected Dewsbury Hall to come in because, I mean, other than his last season at Leicester, which was in the Championship, where they won the league, and he got a shitload of goals and assists, to be fair to him. I know it's the Championship, but I think he got 15 league goals and something like 10 plus assists playing as the number 10. But for the 3-4 years before that, where I've been watching him and he's been a sort of steady Premier League player, I don't think he was ever really playing as a number 10. He was more of a part of the midfield 2 or a midfield 3. So that's where I expected him to be. And I thought putting Dewsbury Hall as a sort of technical centre midfielder next to Idrissa Gueye as the ball winner and the grafter and that type of thing, I thought that would have been perfect for us. Then with Grealish in the middle or in Jai, either him on the left, him in the middle, or the other way round, and then we signed Tyler Diblin for 40 million quid. There you go. I mean, you forgot about Tyler Diblin. Everyone's forgot about Tyler Diblin because he's not getting a sniff. And so that was where it was like, surely he's going to be our right winger. Grealish or Njai is going to be our 10, and Grealish or Njai is going to be our left winger. Dewsbury Hall, Idrissa Gueye, and then that is a really nice looking midfield. But obviously it's not quite worked out. I mean, it's still early doors, and Tyler Diblin is still only, I think, 20. But
so one's to watch then.
I said Njai about 20 minutes ago. It's just obviously we were asking about players who were doing well and whatnot. You asked about who was our best player this season. So I said Njai and Grealish, and I think Dewsbury Hall's been up there as well. And Michael Keane.
Right, so Michael Keane wants to watch this game. Oh, God help us, Jesus. United at Mbeumo, I think there's no surprise to you saying that. I mean, he's been better than what I expected. I don't know if you've watched much of United or watched much of Mbeumo, but he's unreal, man. Watching him live in the flesh as well, watching him get his first goal against Burnley at Old Trafford. His first touch is fucking unbelievable. I was worried when worried for him and worried for yous, and just thinking, is it going to be another one of these? Yeah, everyone. Where it's just like the curse of United, and knowing how amazing he was at Brentford. We've seen him for the past at least 3 years in the Prem.
But even the couple of years before that in the Championship, if you managed to watch it or whatever, but in the Premier, and he was performing consistently, and then just going, he's going to go to United, he's going to flop in it. So it's been nice actually that he hasn't, and he has started well. He's a quality player. He's unbelievable.
Our actual recruitment has been so much better in the summer. Le Mans has come in, been decent, really good, had a great performance at Anfield. Cunha, not contributing enough statistically in terms of goals and assists in that attack, but you can see, like, as a player, he's a talent there, definitely. I'm not sure about all the Cantona comparisons and shit that you're seeing. Like, it's a bit too early for that kind of shit. But Mbeumo has been the best one out of the lot for me. Šeško's still adapting, which is fine. I'm trying to think, who else did we sign? Šeško, Le Mans, Mbeumo. Oh, we signed Diego Leon as well, but it's a young kid from Paraguay who's going to take a little bit. So Mbeumo will be the one in this game. If we win it, he's going to have a big part of it. Him and Ahmad on that right-hand side are going to cause Mikolenko fucking headaches, mate. Trust me, they're going to cause problems. So, with that being said, I'll go through United's team first and then kind of go through Everton. So, I think so Le Mans will be in net. I certainly hope so. If I see Bayern in there, I'm going to be fucking livid. So, that's not happening. Le Mans will be there. And he's just made his debut for Belgium as well and got a clean sheet in that game. The back three, I think he's going to go with De Ligt, Maguire and Shaw instead of Yoro because, like you said with Everton, set pieces, big, tough centre-backs. I think I probably want to bring in Maguire defending those kind of crosses. It makes sense to me logically. Ahmad and Dorgu, I think Dorgu probably being at left side. He's had a good couple of games with Denmark, scored for him against Scotland last night as well. And then Ahmad is dangerous. It's Old Trafford, so we'll go a bit more attacking. Bruno and Casemiro will be the midfield because it does not revert from that. And when we do try to revert from that, it goes to shit. Literally, when Casemiro comes off the pitch, everything goes to shit. So if you see a sub in the game where he comes off, I guarantee you'll probably score. That seems to be the case. And then Šeško won't start because he's injured. He's got knee injuries out for 3 weeks. So it'll either be Mount as the 9, Cunha on the left, and then Boom on the right, or Cunha there where he is as the 9, and then Mount on the left-hand side. So that's probably how we're going to go. Other than that, maybe Mazraoui or Yoro will come in, but there won't be too many changes. As for you, Alyx, why this team?
I mean, it's kind of a cop-out, really, what I've done, because it is literally just the team that played last time that beat Fulham. But that is probably why I think we do play this team, because it was a good win at Fulham. Probably should have been... not at Fulham, sorry, it was at home, but probably should have been 3-4, 5-0, to be honest. I thought we battered them. So, yeah, it's just like... So we've got Garner at right back. Now, most of this season, we've had Jake O'Brien. And obviously or certainly since Moyes came in halfway through last season, O'Brien was the starting right back, which blew my mind anyway at the start and blew a lot of Evertonian minds, because obviously he's a big centre-half to put him at right back. But he did quite well, and he's done okay again, like this season. But same with Garner, like... We've obviously had many chats about Garner, like, through the years, especially since we signed him, because obviously coming from United and him having a bit of that reputation, and a lot of United fans being quite disappointed that he's sold him to us. I think, like, for him to really kick on, I think he needs to truly pick a position.
Has he got enough pace though? To be a wing back.
To be about,
That's what I was concerned with it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's for me, right? His biggest quality as a footballer is he's got a good pass on him. Yeah. He's got a good forward pass. He can play a nice defence splitting ball, yeah, and that is. But he doesn't do it enough. And then in centre mid, he doesn't. I don't really think he has the legs to be that kind of box-to-box type of player. And I think his career stagnated a little bit over the past year or so. He's now, certainly in the last few weeks, I mean, because this season we've had him at left-back even. He's played centre-mid, he's played left-back, he's played right-back. He's even, was it this season? I'm not sure. But he's even played on the right wing for us before. So that's been his downfall for me. But I think he stays in because he's right at the minute. He probably is our best right back at the club, James Garner.
Which is he's talking about indictments, mate.
I know. That's where we really need to improve. We need a new right back.
You have Dallo if you want
to. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. But yeah, so then I think the rest of the team sort of picks itself. I think Irabuna maybe like he's the you would say between him and Garner for that midfield spot. Yeah, but Irabuna actually played really well against Fulham in the last game, and I didn't expect him to play because we also signed another lad this summer called Merlin Roll or Roll, German lad. He's a bit of a wizard on the ball actually, but he's a proper he's a centre mid, and he's like basically we all got excited like saying he's going to be the new Fellaini. But then looking at him going, he can also run with the ball, he can also dribble, and there was a goal that he scored. Who did he play? Was it Mainz? I think he played for, it was Mainz, or one of them clubs anyway. And he scored a goal for them last season where he's just ran all the way. And it was like, mate, you're our guy, but he's had injuries and stuff. He's not really found his way in yet. So Irabunum's there at the minute. Gay's undroppable. Obviously, them three in front are undroppable. Njai, Jude Hall, Grealish. And then at the minute, Barry is being preferred, I would say. He's not. I wouldn't really say he's fully been given the run that he needs. Or even Beto was, to be fair, it was just a case of we'll play him or we'll play you. But at the minute, it seems like Barry's got the shirt, as it were, so that would be my team.
Good stuff. If Barry's starting up top, then happy days, mate.
Watch you get his first goal now.
Yeah, it's going to happen, innit? Most likely. Right, we'll do quick fire round, and then we'll do score predictions. So I'm going to keep hold of this whilst we do the quick fire, and we'll just go thing. I'll answer first, and then you go, yeah? So, will both teams score? I think so, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Who has a better chance of finishing higher in the table? At the start, I probably would have said Everton, but now I'll go United.
I mean, United would have the better chance regardless because of the players that you can sign, the players that you have signed, and the money that you've spent. Yeah, I would say you are possibly further along than us, maybe.
If you could take one player from United for your team's needs, who would you take? So I'll go first with if I could take one from Everton. It's weird because your best players I don't think we need because of the attacking players that we just signed. So it's kind of like I would have said Pickford because I do like Le Mans.
But now you've got Le Mans.
Yeah, so that's tricky as well. I'll go Branthwaite even though he's not thinking. I've told you for a long time I like Branthwaite. I really like him. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean for us. Because, like I said, I mean, we need fullbacks, majorly. Your right backs, I mean, not great.
But to be honest, Mazraoui is good.
Yeah, he is good, but then, again, with him, like, where's his best position? Because you can put him at fullback in a back four, but you could put him as a wing back in a back five, or even as a centre back in that back five. That's what I mean, yeah, so it's difficult. Yeah, so, I mean, probably looking at what we really need, because obviously we really need a striker, but I don't think you have that striker either who would guarantee us goals. So, I mean, this is a bit of maybe like a rascal shout, but I'd probably go for like Dorgu, to be honest, because we need a left back. He's, yeah, exactly that, young, quick, yeah. Right.
Okay, fair enough. Didn't expect Doggo as an answer, but we'll take it. How many Everton players would get into... We kind of answered this already, but how many Everton players would get into the Man United team?
I mean, yeah, so...
How many did you say? Pickford? Branthwaite. This is not me saying it, this is Alyx saying it. Just to clarify.
I mean, again, so... Even with that last question, so I've said Dorgu because... We're talking about needs specifically. So
it's supposed to be quick fire on this, by the way. Just shoot from the hip.
Pickford, Branthwaite, and Gay, and then I think the three boys,
3?
or at least the two, obviously Njai and Grealish.
So you think 5 Everton players would get in United's team?
No, but obviously this is meant to be the quick fire thing. So
There's me clip.
But but obviously if we're going through it like that and boom, 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 then we're not going to get them in.
Pronounced them Boomo, I think.
Because we need to get boom, boom, boom in the team, don't we?
I think how many Everton players would get in United team? I think Pickford. I mean that's it. Branthwaite fit,
three.
yeah.
You play 3 at the back.
Yeah, I would take Branthwaite in the back 3. I agree. Pickford and Branthwaite are the only ones getting in for me, in my opinion. Let us know in the comment section. It's going to be a biased one, obviously, because it's a United channel. But
how much would you buzz off watching Njai play?
Yeah, I would. But right now, I'm taking Mbeumo over Njai. Because output-wise, he's got all the technical ability.
But then Njai over Mount, say, or even Cunha?
It'd be more of a conversation around Cunha for me. I think Mbeumo's just undeniable.
Yeah.
I think Mbeumo would get into most teams in the Premier League, to be honest with you. I think it's the closest thing to Mo Salah that you can get that's in the Prem right now. In terms of his efficiency, left-footed, right-sided player, strong. Yeah. I think that's probably the closest you're going to get. And his technique's unbelievable. And I still think there's levels to go with Mbeumo yet as well. I still think it's going to get even better. So, I think it'd be more debate on the other side. But, again, it's supposed to be quick fire. So, who gets player of the match?
Njai. Iliman Njai.
Njai gets player of the match. I'll go Casemiro, because Casemiro's...
Oh, yeah, to be fair, maybe I would go with just Gay, because I do think that's where the battle is, really.
Yeah. Let's see who wins it. Casemiro in great form at the minute. And now we are finally, after many, many debates and a stretched out preview, we're going to get to score prediction. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I think...
You're the guest, so I'll let you go first. Go on.
I see... I'll go for 1-1. I do think it's a draw. Whether it would be a 2-2, I don't know. Is that a cop-out to say it's a draw? Oh, no.
Do you truly believe it's going to be a draw?
I genuinely do. No, I genuinely do. Because I think I don't... If I was to lean in more towards a win for anyone, I would lean more towards United. With obviously, with where you're at the minute, where we're kind of at the minute, also the fact it's at Old Trafford... I would lean more towards United, but I genuinely am backing a draw like that. I'm predicting a draw. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we win either. If we get a 1-0 or a 2-1, it really wouldn't. It could easily happen, in my opinion.
I think last couple of games, so we beat Sunderland, beat Liverpool, beat Brighton, and we was like, right, we're on a winning run. Yeah. The Forest and Tottenham game, because we conceded late on, we went up in them games. It's just there's still that little bit of fragility there in a team where they can just concede, man. And I do think Njai or Grealish are going to end up getting a chance like that, and they're going to end up finishing it. So I think Everton will score. I think my initial prediction was 2-1, but it honestly would not shock me at all if it ended up in a draw. It really wouldn't. But United have got a favourable run of games now. We've got statistically, according to Opta, the easiest next 5 games out of anyone. Whereas at the start of the season we had the hardest 5 games at the start of the season. So, I mean, we've got Everton, Wolves, West Ham. Can't remember who games. Palace, I think, was one of them. And then it's Bournemouth, maybe. So, they need to start the winning run. But, again, it's the international break, Monday Night Football. I see Everton proper stodging it out and just fucking set piece or something. Tarkovsky 1-1.
We like a bigger kit. I know. Like, obviously nowadays, pretty much every game's televised anyway, and even if it's not, say in the UK on Sky or TNT, you know, it's going to be somewhere else. Like it's broadcast all over the world, but there's something about a Monday Night Football as well, when it's like, this is the only game anyone's watching type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because no other games are on. Like, that's the biggest game. So Monday Night Football gets watched regardless, like who's playing, but now you've got it's a nice like big game in terms of two historical clubs and that kind of thing. But I just think in them kind of situations, Monday Night Football, the spotlight's on us type of thing. That's when we kind of turn up. And I don't know if this is just like a vibe type of thing, but like we tend to turn up as well at night time with the lights on and shit. Okay. I know it sounds silly, but genuinely, I'd feel more confident about beating United on a Monday Night Football than I would about us beating you on a Saturday at 3:00 at Old Trafford.
Right. So the title of this show now is going to be Everton fan believes Everton will win because of nighttime conditions. There we go. Sorted. Right. This has been the preview. Obviously, we're going to be live pre-match and post-match for the game anyway, so make sure you come check that out. We've got a couple of interviews on the channel. One I did recently with Stephen Railston from MEN, where we talk about the academy and a couple of other bits, which is really good, so please do check that out. And then, what day are we on? Wednesday, so thank God the Premier League's back soon, because I can't deal with international football anymore. We don't play till the Monday, but we'll have Sunday socials and the usual kind of stuff on the channel. Big thank you to Alyx for joining me in person after all the technical difficulties. I think we're probably sat here for the last fucking 20 minutes trying to sort out, stuff. Anyway, appreciate you all. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like and a review for us. Check us out on socials, bottom right hand corner of your screen. Where's my hand? It's there. And yeah, well, me and Alyx, no doubt you'll see us again in another video. See you in a bit.